So, good morning. Thought we've had midnight. It's been an amazing night for us. It's been a long and an emotional road to glory. An amazing setting. I thought a very, very entertaining fight. I thought we saw the best George Groves we've ever seen. I thought we've seen, if we go back to the show at the Copper Box, which was the first show together with Shane, when we set our plan out, we said at the time, a lot of people and a lot of journalists were there at the time, when we said we're going to take this step by step, we're going to let Shane and George bond. I think that paid off. I think you look at the steps up we took in opponents, you look at the Martin Murray fight, but tonight was a George Groves I don't think you've ever seen before. You know, I think it was vicious, it was brutal. I said to him, I don't know, I actually thought the way he was throwing punches in the sixth round, I thought he had an injury or something, because it was like he had to get him out of there in that round. It's normally what you see in the 12th round when you know you're behind on points. It was everything bar the kitchen sink was going at him, and it was the absolute right decision to take him out there. I don't think there's any doubt about that, but it was spectacular. The accuracy, that's the sporting side of it. The let's say the emotional side of it, the ups and downs, the being written off, obviously the past chances, but that's belongs to sport, and I think it's such a credit to this person sitting next to me as an individual. Forget boxing, he sums up what I think a lot. I think people like young kids starting out in any sport can look up to, because it's the spirit that took him through. We've been a small team, we're a small knit team, and all credit to George. Never stopped believing, despite a lot of no-sayers and doubters and people writing him off. And tonight, he showed absolute born fighter, and well done, and credit to Shane as well. But now I think the first word to the new WBA Super World Champion George Groves.
I think I said it earlier. Might sound a little funny. My mouth's a bit sore, but I was treating this one just as another fight. I desperately didn't want to think about what it would be like to be a world champion. I was petrified of that thought, because I'd been so close before in the past and never got it. So I'm a little unrehearsed. I don't really know what I'm planning to say. I'm still waiting for the true feeling of a world champion to kick in. Feel a little bit numb now. Probably because Chudinov hit me with some decent shots as well, but just a fantastic night for me. A life's work achieved. 7 years old, wanting to become world champion, and it's been a long, dogged road. Made some mistakes, made it hard for myself in many ways, but it has made it that much more sweeter now. And as Kala says, a huge thank you to my whole team. I'm not gonna. I'll struggle to list them off. Everyone who's helped me, is so many. The man on my left, Shane McGuigan. Since teaming up with him, I knew I was going to become world champion. Before starting up with him, I wasn't sure if I'd ever get there. I knew I was good enough to, but I didn't know if I would. But the second I started working with him, started gelling with him, I knew he was going to achieve that goal. And now we need to find some new goals, because I feel we can go on and achieve so much more. The man on my right, Kala, he's backed me for quite some time now, and I've delivered some low points for him, and I didn't know if he was cursed. I wanted to blame him for a while, I thought it's your fault, but he's stuck by me. He's got me the best opportunities to get me back here, and then and I'm happy to deliver for him as well now, become world champion. Obviously, I thanked everyone else who's in the gym, the rest of the team, my family, my wife. She's wonderful. Mum and Dad came out to this one. First time my mum's been to a fight in ages, and she nearly fell over at the end or something. I don't know. So thank you to them. Yeah, I'm just truly happy, and yeah, it's just a wonderful thing. Thank you.
I think Shane, I mean, you're a very cool character.
Yeah.
But tonight you were also emotional. I saw some pictures, which I'm sure will be printed over the next days. But how did you live it this evening?
I mean, it's amazing. It was a hard fight from early on. It was a dog fight from straight away. And George, he's had so many doubters, so many people saying he can't grit it out, he can't do this and that. His stamina. Chudinov put it on him early. They were both tired after 2 or 3 rounds because they both got each other's respect with each other's power. And he's the man with the experience. He's the man with the harder, more punching power, and created some space, created some angles, hurt him to the head, hurt him to the body, and did it in style. Didn't just win a world title. Didn't just nick it. He did it in style. He knocked out a guy that, let's be honest, is unbeaten. He got a bad decision against a young, former world champion, and sky's the limit now. He's got that tag of a world champion. He's earned his shot every single time. It's not like he's just got an easy shot. No world champion was going to give him a shot because he's such a hard night's work for anyone, and he's earned it. He's gotten the mandatory positions, and now he's world champion. And I can't really put it into words. It was my second world champion working with, but when George and I, it's a relatively short amount of time we've been working together, but the bond that we've created with each other is fantastic. And that to me, that's what we set out to do. It wasn't to have these huge fights, it was to win a world title, and we've done that tonight. And now we can create some new goals, and the sky's the limit.
Let me ask you a question. When I was saying before, I've noticed that from every fight there's been sort of you gelling, and the performance has been that much better, despite obviously the opposition's raised, but the performances have grown in excess of that. Do you still see? I mean, tonight for me was pretty perfect. You still see even more that you can get out of George, or how do you see the limit going there?
It's one of these things. He's still learning. He's still willing to learn, and he's been there, done it now. He's had some massive fights, and for him to come back after a fight like Wembley and build himself up with small shows to come back and motivate himself, that's a credit to the man, and it's also a credit to working with myself, and we're knuckling down, and you can see him progressing, and I really believe best is still yet to come. Tonight wasn't the best performance, but he got it done, and I tell you what, he finished in style.
Yeah. I think one point that one mustn't forget, George is 28 years old. 29, sorry, 29 years old. So that's how long we've been together. Yeah. I think that speaks volumes in it. I think we can all look forward to a very exciting time now as reigning world champion.
Damn straight.
Questions from the forum? I haven't got that far, Pat. We told you I was just concentrating on tonight. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities now to make big fights, good fights. I'm not in a massive rush, to be honest. We'll see what's occurring, but there's some really interesting things going on behind the scenes. Some huge fights out there for me. Against some British guys, who knows, But I'm just gonna enjoy being world champion for a little while, and then we'll see what shows up, because usually something does, and then we'll make a decision then, mate.
George, you mentioned in the ring afterwards that the weight is lifted. Obviously, we've followed your career so closely, this is the fourth world title. Do you feel that psychologically something may be able to change for you now? Because it felt like you couldn't get over that hurdle and that you might change it.
Gareth, I'm gonna be such a more better rounded human being, I think, as well as fighter now. I can put the demons to bed, you know. For so long I was walking around clueless, not knowing why I wasn't world champion, you know, bitter, you know, and no one likes being called bitter, but, you know, I knew part of me deep down was feeling sorry for myself, you know. Now I've got proof in the pudding, you know. I'm telling everyone I'm the best in the world. I've got a belt to prove it, and that's just such a wonderful feeling. The weight has certainly been lifted, you know, that sort of, that thing that was there is no longer there, you know. I've learned from my losses, and I feel they've made me a better fighter for it. And tonight I feel again will make me a better fighter. So yeah, I mean, I've said it. I've been enjoying my boxing since working with Shane. You know, I was back winning, and winning well. You know, and that's a lovely feeling. You know, that's all I get. You know, that's all I really want out of boxing is to win and win well. And you know, it's there now for me, and we can be in some fun fights, some big fights. Hopefully they come along soon.
And just one more for me, that, you know, you were vicious as both of them mentioned in round 6. Did you feel it coming from you? Did you feel you had to take it to it, because it was a very tough fight, wasn't it? You know, you weren't having it your own way.
No, I mean, I caught him early in the first round, and I thought I hurt him. I caught him with body shots, you know, every round that I thought hurt him. But at the same time, especially the first few rounds, it took me a while to sort of to just get my foothold in the fight. He was catching me with good shots, lots around the side of the head. Caught me with a good left hook at the end of the third. His shot placement's very good, you know, and I saw that against Storm, but I didn't know whether that was because Storm was just giving him, you know, a static target so often. But the man was strong, like frighteningly strong. Had a lot of weight in his punches. You know, it wasn't like the most explosive I've been in with, but a lot of weight in the shots. He was a tough cookie. And yeah, after 2 rounds, I thought this is going to be another 12 rounder. You know, I'm not going to get rid of this guy. But I say the body shots were starting to land. Shane told me at the end, it might have been the end of the 4th or even the end of the 5th, start throwing that right hand, bring it round the side. I landed a few right hooks, and then I think it was a right hand, straight right hand that sort of begun. And at that point, I just felt I'm landing these shots. I'm just going to keep punching until the referee says no more. You know. And luckily it worked out that way for me. So yeah, you know, I'm happy with the fight. I'm happy with the finish. Hopefully the fans enjoyed it. You know, as always, I've never had a fight where I haven't made a little bit of hard work for myself. But you know, just again, it makes you feel like you deserve it that much more. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to find someone can designate his hand to celebrate. Chelsea didn't win today, so it was supposed to be the doubles. You know what I mean? And so yeah, luckily I saved it for a few Chelsea fans. But you know, a little bit tired now. I think I might get an early night. What do you reckon? Lightweight.
George, when you walked down to the ring, what's going through your mind?
I was thinking, this crowd looks good, and I was thinking, this atmosphere is great. Like, I'm getting such a great reception. I just, you know, I wasn't sure. You know, I wasn't sure, but it felt genuine, if that makes sense. Like, people were there. I know I was fighting a Russian, but people were there, and he really wanted me to win. It's just a lovely feeling, lovely feeling. So I really enjoyed the ring walk, enjoyed the crowd, and yeah, it was a great atmosphere.
Has Cole Frost sent you a text?
Maybe I had a lot of texts. He might have sent me one. Probably if he has, he probably would have said he could have done it better. I don't know.
George, the Jake Gale fight obviously becomes even more attractive now as both world champions. Thoughts on that? Would that be an easy one to make?
I don't think it'd be an easy one to make because he's not an easy person to deal with. I'd like that fight. We'll have to wait and see, really. Do you know what I mean? I beat him twice already, you know, and it's a fight that I think everyone would enjoy, would like to see again. If we can make it happen, let's make it happen. I don't know what his situation with the IBF. I think he's got another mandatory against Darrell again, so if he's got to get that out of the way first, so be it. If he wants to vacate and fight me for WBA, then we have to sit down and make something happen. But it's a great fight. It's a big fight. It's a fight that I'll always enjoy the build up, enjoy the fight, enjoy beating him again. So see if we can maybe.
World champion, fourth championship for the company with pro guys. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, lovely. You know, what you know.
It's a good point, Pat.
It's just yeah. I mean, I remember watching that fight against McCall, and
Maybe we get the HP adverts.
so
I get the HP adverts now.
Well, you want to keep it a bit longer than pro guys. You didn't hold it for too long.
yeah, no, I didn't. But hopefully, I don't have to fight Tyson next.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll see. But yeah, I will be holding it on a bit longer. I promise. Done. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate the support, guys. Thank you.